welcome to the campus of Tiffin University. A big day in college football. It's National Signing Day. Hi, everybody. I'm Russ, Snyder, voice of the Dragons, alongside Tiffin University head football coach Cris Reisert. Coach, how you doing today, sir?
I am doing great. It's a great day to be a Dragon.
It's a great day to be a Dragon for sure, and it's a great day to become a Dragon for some of these kids who are signing these national letters of intent today. We have a full list of kids. We'll go through everybody here, but first we want to say is, remember last year, Coach, we were sitting on the couch in your office, be able to just be nice and comfortable, relaxed, and with the social distancing, we just want to assure everybody that we measured this out. We're at 6 feet apart. That's why we're not wearing masks. As much as we'd like to be on the couch and talking about these kids, we're going to take this as we can, Coach, and it's just something we have to do right now.
There's no doubt. No, you're trying to make the most of maybe not a great situation, and I think really on that note, I think our administration, our school, our coaching staffs has done an incredible job, and really we haven't skipped a beat. You've had to be more cautious and more aware of the safety protocol and of the COVID protocol, but we've still been able to develop our kids and still been able to cultivate an environment of safety while also allowing them to keep getting better academically and athletically, which is a tribute to everybody at Tiffin.
It's nice to have a crew of different athletic coaches on campus that you can kind of lean on, and they can lean on you to try to work with each other to make sure it's the safest environment for all of our student athletes.
No doubt. No, I think the culture here within the athletic program and really around the school in general, I think it's one of culture of unity. I think our coaching staffs work hand in hand. We all want to see each other do well. We all want to be able to cultivate the right type of environment for our student athletes, and that goes along with the professors and with the administration, just doing a great job working hand in hand, not against each other. Everybody's rowing in the same direction. It allows us to really align things and create just a special experience for our student athletes here.
How weird was this past fall for you?
It was crazy. It was crazy. The silver lining, we got to spend a lot more time with our families, so I got to be with my wife Emily and the Hawkman and Lennox, and so we had some awesome times there. I got to watch a lot more 5-year-old soccer than I ever had the chance to in the past, and I wouldn't trade it for the world. But we're certainly itching to get back. We're itching to be able to play some football again, and I'm a football coach through and through, and so I miss it. So just the opportunity to be out there and competing, and we're looking forward to the spring and to have a chance to be our best and see how the chips fall.
Recruiting is always difficult. You're competing with all the other schools at our level, plus other schools ahead of us, below us, and it add the extra variables of what happened with the fall and trying to throw recruiting in as you're preparing for a spring season, which is even weirder. How have you guys been able to juggle all this?
It's been crazy. I want to give a special tribute to our assistant coaches. I mean, they've been unreal. I've asked them to juggle more things than any coach should have to juggle, from getting ready for practice or doing academics or making sure our guys are okay socially to making sure that we're recruiting. And really, when you look at this class, I mean, it's a long time we've recruited a bunch of these guys. A good bulk of them had been with us on a visit all the way back to the summer. A good bulk of them we've known for a long time, and so it's a tribute to our staff and their ability to not only focus on our players and our program, but to continue to build relationships outside of it. And it takes an immense amount of time and energy. And quite honestly, that's all it is.
Dedication.
And so I'm incredibly indebted to those guys for the amount of investment they've put into this class, but more importantly, into the program in general.
I've had a chance to spend some time with the coaches on the road and on campus here as well, and I'll just add to that, not only great coaches, but just some great guys. I've had a chance just to get to know these guys, and your children are coming here to play football at Tiffin University. You couldn't ask for a better group of guys that make sure that they're doing what they need to be doing over the next few years.
No, and I appreciate you saying that. It's like I tell recruits, when we hire staff members, it's two things, right? One, we're looking for a good person, good husband, good father, good member of the community, somebody that's going to pour into our young men on and off the field. And then two is somebody that's got a great energy, enthusiasm, and can elevate the level of effort of those around them. And we have a group of coaches that do just that. I'm very thankful for that.
That's how you got this.
Without a doubt. And some really good players.
Right. Well, speaking of players, you mentioned recruits. We've got our full list of kids here. We're going to go through it. We're going to break it down offense, defense, by position. And we look at it, Coach, it looks like, we all know football starts in the trenches. You put a lot of emphasis into the offensive and defensive line, looks like.
We did. No, we really wanted to get stronger on both fronts. It's more than anything, since we've gotten here, really the number one thing we wanted to do is be able to establish a line of scrimmage on both sides of the ball. And I just think you really can win or lose a game up front faster than anything. And so the ability to really go out and get what I think up front are some really, really physical run blockers in the run game to help us play a physical, aggressive, mash style of game.
Right.
And then on defense, we've got a bunch of pass rushers. And that was really an emphasis for us on defense, was length and really what I call them runner hitters. Guys that are long, that are going to run and hit. They might not be a defensive end, they might not be a linebacker, they might not be a safety. I don't know what they are yet, but I know you throw them out there, they're going to get the ball and they're going to have a lot of length. So we're going to be able to develop them into our system. And so we're able to hit, on 4 really long edge pass rushes, which we're super excited about, and then a really good interior alignment on defense. And then on offense, we really feel like we've got 3 or 4 tackles that are going to be able to help come in and provide immediate impact.
Football players got to be resilient, and this year is a perfect example of how you do that as we get ready for the spring football season. But now, let's talk about these kids we got listed right here on this piece of paper. We're going to start on the offensive side of the football. Let's start with the offensive line. We mentioned the guys up front to begin with, and we'll start here down in your neck of the woods, Cincinnati LaSalle offensive lineman Gavin Robbins.
Yeah, so first, I think Coach Johns did a tremendous job recruiting this position. Gavin also, shout out to Coach B, Coach Burt Bathiani, played a big role in his recruitment. Gavin comes from LaSalle High School down in Cincinnati, Ohio, proud program. Coach McLaughlin is a good friend of ours up here, and Gavin was really the second commit in our class.
Okay.
And has been a leader kind of all the way through, generating buzz on other commits, on other recruits.
That's how it usually works. Then you guys get in early.
But he's a really big physical kid. We see him as a tackle, guard. It doesn't matter. He's a super good football player. Very fundamentally sound. We think he's going to be a guy in the trenches we can count on for a long time.
We'll join him on the offensive line, recruit out of Hilliard Bradley, Chance Roberts.
Yeah, Chance is, him and Gavin have become good buddies. They came on the same official visit, and Chance is actually a two-way player. And so he played the interior defensive front. He was playing 3 technique over at Hilliard Bradley, and then they were playing him at tackle. And he's a super good athlete, has great length, and he's a physical kid. So you put that stuff together, and he projects as a tackle long-term for us, and we're incredibly excited about his potential.
You got a little bit of defensive line in too, so he got a little bit of a mean streak.
Without a doubt.
Also on the offensive line, out of Fort Recovery, Brian Bin.
Yeah, Brian's a big kid from Fort Recovery. Fort Recovery's a school over in the MAC, and we've really looked to get more players from that area of the state. And he's a kid that I think with his size and his length and his toughness will really project well long term.
Another offensive lineman, this time out of Kenmore, it is Austin Druhard.
Yeah, Austin's a 2-sport athlete, and I think the common theme here is you got a bunch of guys that can play multiple positions, and Austin's one of those guys, good basketball player, and so I think he'll be able to bring that athleticism onto the football field and really help us up front.
Not only got to be a good football player in today's football, you got to be a good athlete too.
You do.
Absolutely.
You do.
All right, from Troy High School, offensive lineman Jeff Mormon.
Yeah, Jeff came early in the process, and his coach over there had nothing but amazing things to say about him. He gives great effort. He's a tough kid. Again, he's very smart. That's one of the things that struck Coach Johns about him, and we're excited to add him and think that he's going to give us a piece for a long time that we can work with.
Another offensive lineman, the final of the class from Tippecanoe is Braden Swank.
Yeah, Braden projects inside for us, came here and worked out and did a great job, and that really spurred the offer, and we think that he can be a guy that with the right development can be a really nice player in our system, and he's a tough kid, really super smart with a high football IQ, and that'll allow him to maximize his talent for sure.
Just a couple words about your offensive line group as a whole.
Yeah, no, I think really we hit on the guys we wanted to hit on, and that's not that any coach is going to come up here and say, hey, we missed on everybody.
Right.
Right? But really, truly, we did.
Right.
I think we had the guys that we really want to go out and get, and we were able to do that. Credit to Coach Johns. And I think we've got some pieces there that we're going to be able to build around for a long time.
Let's move over to the tight end position, a position which you can see it in the NFL now, a position that's becoming more and more prevalent each and every day. And you brought in a couple kids, one from LaSalle High School as well, and that's Cole Snyder.
Yeah, so same thing. Coach McLaughlin down there really was over the moon about Cole, as were we. I think he's got tremendous potential. His junior year to his senior year, he made a big jump. He really became their go-to guy at LaSalle, and they make deep playoff runs. They've got a bunch of FBS kids, and really as you look deep into games, the ball was getting funneled to him, and so we're excited about his playmaking ability, obviously about his toughness and his grit. I think he's got a chance to be a really special player for us at that position.
Another tight end, this time from Lakota West High School, it's Quasi Jones.
Yeah, Quasi's been a bit of a two-way player. We love his body type. He's a big kid. He was 238 pounds when he came up here and worked out. He's got tremendous functional athleticism, meaning ball skills. He can catch the football. You can see him change direction. I think his best football is ahead of him. I think as we put him at that spot, at that tight end position, you're really going to see him be a physical road grader type kid in the Blake Darnell mode, and somebody that will relish the physical side of the game.
Is that physical? You have a couple words about your tight ends. Is physicalness one of the things you're looking for?
Yeah, I think versatility. Physicalness for sure, but I think versatility in our system. You got to be a run blocker. You got to be a ball catcher. You have to be able to do a lot of different things. And quite honestly, at that position, you've got to be able to have a high football IQ because we move you around so much.
Absolutely.
Both of those guys kind of fit that mold, and they'll give us a chance to use that versatility because of their knowledge.
Well, 2 groups in, and I've heard high football IQ twice about both groups, so we like that. All right, let's move to the running back position. We have a few student athletes coming here making their commitment to Tiffin University. From Walnut Ridge High School, Javaris Leach.
Yeah, we've been on Javaris since last summer. Been on him hard. He had a really good year as a senior, had a super good year as a junior. Their senior year got cut a little short, but the thing we like about him is he's a good ball catcher, and you see a lot of stuff on his film. You see him catch footballs, you see him run the football, obviously. You see him as a lead blocker. I think he's just a good football player, and for us in our system, the more you can do, the more value you possess. He's a guy that has a lot of versatility and a lot of value there.
Also from Shaker Heights, it's Victor Ford.
Yeah, we had talked about Victor, and Victor was joined us at the mid-year, and we're super excited about him and super excited about his ability. I think seeing him for the past couple of weeks, I really think that his ability to be a downhill back and to be able to take things a distance, you're going to see that a lot from him, and he'll be a guy that will add a different element to our team.
Awesome, excellent. Also running back from Gallia Academy, it's James Armstrong.
Yeah, James down in southeastern Ohio, and so we're excited about him. His film is neat. He's a big kid, but you see him pop big runs. In our system, the ability to generate big plays. We were talking about that as a football team, I guess 2 days ago. Is such a premium thing for us, and so to have a running back that can take an inside zone play that should get 6 and make a tackle miss and get 20, that's value. And James and Javaris and Victor all have that value, and so that for us is why you recruit.
And it sounds like good footwork, and all these young men will be able to do that, especially if somebody of big size be able to bust a long one.
No doubt.
Be footwork.
No doubt. Yeah, our conference is a physical conference, and so you're not going to have a lot of 155, 160-pound backs. You're going to have big backs that are going to be able to withstand, a physical brand of football, win the game in the fourth quarter. But then for us, being able to find those big physical kids that can make long runs is important.
Excellent. Wide receivers. You brought in quite a few wide receivers. You cannot have enough weapons. Anybody will tell you that. That's for certain.
Well, you know me. I like to throw the ball.
Yes, you do.
I like to throw the ball. So, as a former quarterback, I see the value in wideouts for sure.
Certainly. And the offensive line, don't you?
You ain't lying.
All right, wide receiver from Centerville High School, Will Linkart.
Yeah, Will's awesome. He's, again, been on him for a long time. Coach Johns and I actually coached his brother at Ohio Dominican, who's still there now. And so that we had a kind of a connection to the family, and Will's a big kid, will be a matchup nightmare. He runs very well. He's got good, crisp ball skills. He's just a guy that I think can transition in a lot of different ways. He's a hard guy to cover. If you cover him with a corner, he's got such a size advantage. You cover him with a safety, he's got a speed advantage. We're really excited to kind of get him into the system and start being able to accentuate some of those strengths.
Excellent. Now, the state of Indiana, New Haven, Indiana, that is Lane Woodson.
Yeah, so Lane comes from great bloodlines. 2 brothers played at Ohio State, one played at Notre Dame. He's a guy that, as we've watched this film, he just gets better and better. He actually came over here and worked out for us, and we were blown away. And us, we recruit mostly in-state, but he's a guy that Coach Johns did a great job going out of state and getting over for a workout, and we really think he's a guy that projects at all 3 positions, which is rare. He's got separation of a slot, he's got the size of an outside guy. I think he can be a really dynamic kid in our system, and I think his best football's ahead of him for sure.
Sounds like a good route runner if he's able to fill all 3 of those spots.
He's a very polished route runner.
All right, also wide receiver from Northwood, Jay Moten.
Yeah, Jay's a bit of a dual threat. He played quarterback at Northwood, had multiple 4-touchdown games, and really was a dominant player in that league up in Northwest Ohio. And so for us, we see him more as just a guy to get the ball in his hands. He could be a slot, could be an outside guy. He's electric, though. He can run, came and worked out, and has an immense amount of burst. He's a guy that really will blow the top off the defense, and as he develops as a wide receiver, can be really special. Reminds me of a kid I had recruited way back when, ended up being an All-American, had a really good career, and Jay, from a skill set, reminds me of that kid. So we're excited to get him here.
Awesome. From Ironton High School, Trent Hacker.
Yeah, a couple kids from Ironton, with Trent, with Cam, and just a proud high school program, and had a ton of success. And the thing that we love about Trent is football is really important to him. He hadn't played it a ton. He came out and just kind of got back into the game. And you can see that as he gets more used to it again, that fluidity is going to start to really accentuate those skills. And we think his best football is coming up. I mean, he's got a chance with his length and athleticism and natural ball skills to be a really good player in our system. So we can't wait to get him here and get to work.
Excellent. And from Shaker Heights High School, Alex Benson.
Yeah, Alex is in that similar mold. They played football for 1 year, so was a golfer. So maybe Coach Miller's going to come poach him. But
hopefully he's not too good of a golfer.
Right? Was a golfer and ended up coming out his senior year to play football. And he's a big 6'5" wide receiver and had a great year for them at Shaker Heights and really kind of got the itch and realized that he might have been missing out these last 3 years not playing. And so he's got a chance, I think, with Coach Horn being able to tutor him and really teach him the finer details of playing the position. I think you're going to see a really, really good product come out of Alex Benson here in the next few years.
Well, you can't coach 6'5".
Can't.
He's already got that.
No doubt.
All right, from Columbus's Afrocentric High School, Justin Fudge.
Justin's super fast. That's the one thing that drew us to him. He's legit track fast. And so he's a guy that when you get the ball in his hands, a 5-yard gain can turn into 80 really, really fast. And so for us, just that alone, the ability to flat out run was super attractive. And he's a great kid, comes from good stock. So getting him here and then being able to polish off some of that natural skill, I think you'll see him be able to really kind of grow and learn in a big way.
That's awesome. From Northwest High School, it's Anthony Grossnickel.
Kind of similar to Justin, where they both could run. They came and worked out. It's like, man, these guys can flat out go.
It catches your attention.
Yeah, it does. It does. And so both of those guys, I think, as they continue to get more mature as wide receivers, you're going to see them be able to use some of that skill. And you see it in the NFL every week, right? Now it's a game of being able to play in space. It's not so much a game of size anymore. It's guys that can run and create issues that way. And both of those guys are in that mold.
One more wide receiver from Pickerington North High School, Raekwon Williams-McGee.
Similar to those guys, Raekwon has played the position, though, is a little bit more polished in the sense that he's been doing it for a while. We really think that he projects as a slot or an outside guy. I see him as more of that field wide receiver that's going to be a route runner, going to be able to do some stuff in different variety of ways. And we're excited to get him here. Played with the quarterback that's also committed in this class, and so already has a bit of continuity there, which will help.
He'll be the next athlete we mentioned, but first, a couple words about the wide receiver group. You mentioned some of the speed, you mentioned some route running.
Yeah, we really wanted to get bigger on the outside. We were able to do that with Will. Wanted to get one guy that had some size, and with Will, that was a premier thing that we were able to get done. Also with Alex Benson and Trent Hacker. And then the other spots, we really wanted guys who could run.
Right.
And I think you see that with Jay, you see that with Justin and with Anthony and Raekwon. And then with Lane, really he was a guy that could do both. Had some size, could run, can do both of those things. And so I think you have a group that really balances itself out very well.
All right, we've got a couple quarterbacks to tell you about as we wrap up the offensive side of today's National Signing Day. Russ Snyder coach Cris Reisert sitting to my left. You mentioned from Pickerington North High School, played with Williams-McGee, this is Jalen Gilbert.
Yeah, and we've had a lot of success in our system with quarterbacks, and so we recruit very selectively, and really we typically recruit one, and if it goes good, awesome. If not, then it wasn't meant to be. And Jalen was the guy really the whole way that we had earmarked, that we had pinpointed as he's the guy we want in this class in the state of Ohio, and really anywhere for that matter. I think he's got high football IQ. He's a big kid. He's a natural thrower of the football. He's a physical kid in the run game. And I always look for a quarterback, guys that have functional athleticism. I don't need an athlete playing quarterback. I want a quarterback that can buy time. And he is in that vein. And I think he's got great leadership potential too. And so we're very excited about that. I think that will be a common theme at some of these positions where, hey, this was the guy that we wanted and we were able to go get him, and we're super excited.
That's excellent. One more quarterback from Bellevue High School just down the road, Keegan Ray.
Yeah, Keegan's going to have a chance, I think. Comes from Bellevue, comes from a really proud program right down the way. We're excited to have a local guy join us. He's a guy that I think when you watch his film, what pops out is his athleticism. He can run, he can do different things. He's just a good natural athlete. I think with Keegan, a lot of times that lends itself to really developing at the quarterback spot. And you can't go the other way, right? You can't teach him to be an athlete, right? But you can take an athletic quarterback, develop him, and then you've got a premier player at the position. I think Keegan fits that mold.
All right, that's your offense, Coach. Just a few words about the offensive group as a general whole.
Yeah, no, I think we hit on the needs we had. We wanted to get better up front. Wanted to be able to get some skill guys and some playmakers on the outside that would give us matchup issues. And then we needed a guy at that quarterback spot in this class to really be a bridge to the future. And so we're very excited about that. I think we were able to take care of the needs we had. And we were able to do it with really high-level kids, and when I say high-level guys, I don't just mean football, high character, good people. And we always talk about culture here, right? And ours is effort, compete, and Kaizen in terms of our core values. And the ability to bring in guys that fit that culture was so important for us, and our staff was able to go get good football players that are good people from good families, and it's going to aid our culture and make it better.
And we hear those sentiments from local business owners all the time about the quality of the young men we have here and their interactions with them. They couldn't be pleased more. So kudos to you and your staff for that as well. You got to score points, but you also got to stop people from scoring points. So let's move to the defensive side, and we'll start with the defensive line. This is a transfer student from New Haven University, Devon Nespomi.
Yeah, so Devon has been a long-time player over at New Haven University. Was a 3-year starter for him. Ended up having a graduate year and wanted to get into a different environment. And so he's in our MBA program. Has already been here, done a great job, kind of getting along. And I think he's going to be a guy that has really acclimated well into our D-line room. Credit to him. He's a mature person because he's been here and been through the fire a little bit. And we're super excited to get him in there to compete, and I think he's going to be an immediate impact guy for us on the interior front.
Excellent. Another defensive lineman from Marysville High School, Zach McMinn.
Yeah, no, Zach's a guy that, again, we've recruited forever. Coach Johns, Coach Price, Coach B have all done a great job with him. Zach's a tremendous heavyweight wrestler, too. Had an awesome year over at Marysville High School. They had a good team year, played defensive end, played nose, did a little bit of everything, and then now he's in wrestling, transitioned into that. The thing we love about Zach is I think, one, he's tough, and he's a tough kid. He's going to give us an edge in that regard, but he's got such a versatile skill set. One of the things we look for in our interior defensive linemen are pass rush skills. Guys that can not only stop the run, but when it becomes third down and we've earned that right, go get the quarterback. Right. And Zach is one of those guys we're super excited to build around.
There's nothing wrong with a defensive lineman with a wrestling background, is there?
No, it lends itself to much success.
Absolutely. All right, from Xenia High School, another Zach Gaither.
Yeah, so Zach's actually the leading sack getter in Xenia High School history.
Oh, that's fantastic.
And that's only doing it for 2 years.
Wow.
And so converted as a junior and moved over to defensive end. He's a big, long kid, 6'4", 210 pounds, can bend, has high-level pass rush skills. And so we're super excited to get him here and really be able to work with him, develop him. He's a great basketball player, too. And so we're very fortunate to have Zach in this class. I think he's got a chance to be a weapon for us off the edge for a long time.
Excellent. Can't have enough of those either.
No.
From Centerville High School, Cris Artis.
Yeah, Cris comes from a football background. Grandpa was a longtime high school head football coach. Okay. Has a passion for the game, genuinely enjoys it, studies it. It's important to him. We've been on Cris forever, and so gotten to know him and his mother and just good people. He's going to come up and I think have a chance to be a tremendous player. He'll continue to fill out. One of the things that strikes you about Cris is he's so long. And more than maybe any other ends in this class, he plays the run really well. Okay. He's a very good run stuff kid, and he can rush the passer. And so I think there's a lot of versatility in his game, and I think he projects as a field or boundary end, which is rare.
Awesome. From Taft High School, Antonio Lowe.
Yeah, so Antonio, AJ, we call him both ways, but he's been a really fun guy to recruit. Great family, has great energy, loves football. Played wide out, tight end, and then defensive end at Taft. And so he's a guy that's got a basketball background too, can do a lot of different things. We're able to work him out. You see him on film. He's got a ton of twitch off the edge. He can bend. He's naturally fluid. He's got a chance, again, to rush the passer, can do so many different things. So we're just excited to get him here, and I think his energy will be infectious too to get him around the program.
Another defensive lineman from Grove City, Dennis Chidaya.
Yeah, you put on Dennis's film, and all you see is just whoom, and he's just a guy that's got great get-off, and you see him attack the quarterback almost every single play. He's a great penetrator. He hasn't played a ton of football, so as he develops and plays more football, Coach Price, our D-line coach, does an awesome job developing that position. You're going to see Dennis really skyrocket and be able to be a really good player in the GMAC.
From Central Crossing, it's Caleb Ross.
Yeah, we were able to have some success in Central Crossing this last year with Antonio Lowe or Anthony Lowe, excuse me, and so and Jalen Coles was from down that way as well, and so we really liked the product we got from there, and so wanted to kind of dive back in there again with Caleb, and we're excited to have Caleb and make him a part of it.
Another defensive lineman, our final one of the class from Marion Franklin, Quanair Tatum.
Yeah, Quanair was a little bit later in the process for us. We had been on him for a long time and had gotten him up, and he was able to commit and wanted to be up here, and so we're very excited about him. Projects mostly as a 3 technique, and that's, if you look at our class, you have Zach that can be a nose 3 technique, and then Quanair, which will be mostly a tackle. Okay. We really like his ball get off. We really like his ability to bend and get off the edge. I think he's got a chance with Coach Price in that system as he matures and as his body gets right to be a really good player.
When you look at the defensive lineman staff or list of our student athletes coming in, seems like pass rushing skills and versatility is some of the things you were looking for.
Yeah, without a doubt. I think our defensive staff has done a tremendous job of building scheme around our players. And when you do that, the ability to move guys, the ability to be multiple in what you do up front is so important. Right. The only way you can be multiple is when you have guys that can do multiple things.
Right.
And our guys this year that we brought in this class, in addition to what we have, that's a skill set that many of them possess. And so that gives us as a defensive staff the ability to really go and tinker and put the best product out there.
All right, let's move on to the linebackers now. Coach from Waverly High School, Zeke Brown.
Yeah, so Zeke's a guy, again, we recruited forever, way back when, two-way guy over at Waverly High School. Waverly had a tremendous year. Zeke was a linebacker, was a tight end, caught touchdowns, made tackles. He did it all, and he's got great ball skills. He's got great natural athleticism. He can bend. He's fluid. Mm-hmm. I think as he puts weight on, you're going to see him be a monster. Good basketball player. He sent us a video of him doing tomahawk jams, and so just a guy we're super excited about.
From Wayne High School, Antonio O'Berry.
So Antonio, again, has a unique skill set. He's 6'4", 205, can run, can bend. Played linebacker, hadn't played a ton of football, and so for him, it'd be interesting to see, as he develops as a linebacker, also his ability to rush and blitz the quarterback. It's a different skill set than we've had here. We're really looking for length at that spot to really raise the ball up. You think about length and how it causes issues for a quarterback at 6'4" with length, right? Makes it hard to throw the ball between the linebackers and the safeties, and he's a guy that fits that mold, and then his chance to go rush the passer, I think he's got a chance to be a nightmare for us in a variety of different ways.
I bet so. From Groveport Madison High School, Clarence Gossett.
Yeah, versatility. Again, I keep touching on it, but these guys are all big kids who can run and hit. Clarence, it's funny, his junior film, he played nose guard, he played Sam linebacker, played Will linebacker, played Mike, played defensive end, he played safety. And was disruptive on good football teams in so many different positions. And I think when you really boil him down, he's got instincts and he's aggressive. And so those things are going to serve him well. We see him more as a true box backer, but I think you're going to see all those other things kick in too, and we're going to be able to do a lot of things with him.
Sounds like a type of athlete where a coach trusts, because if we need help here, you're the guy I know I can put there to get the job done.
No doubt. That says a lot about him, right? It says that he's not only a good player, but he's reliable.
Absolutely.
And that's what you're looking for in your recruits.
Another from Ironton High School, Cameron Deere.
Same thing with obviously with our other young man from Ironton. We're super excited to get somebody from that program. Mm-hmm. Cam's got great versatility. We really think he can be either all three of our linebacker positions. We think he's athletic enough to do that. So we're excited to see exactly where he projects as he adds weight. But I think he's a really instinctive, aggressive linebacker that's very natural.
From Bishop Hartley High School, it's Marcellus Parker.
Yeah, Marcellus, our latest recruit, committed yesterday.
Excellent.
So we're super excited to have him in the program. And it's funny, I was watching, my alma mater played them in week 1. Muller played Bishop Hartley, and I was watching the TV copy actually, and kept seeing this guy kept popping off the screen. I'm like, man, who is this guy? And I looked him up, and it was Marcellus. And so we had a chance to recruit him and get him at TU, and we're very excited to have him here.
That's excellent. And one more linebacker from Padua Franciscan, it's Jerome Shaw Mason.
Yeah, Jerome's just a good football player. Had a ton of tackles. One of the leading tacklers in Padua history. Has done so many different things on a football field in terms of being a safety, been a linebacker, played at the field, played at the boundary. We just think his versatility and his toughness will shine through and be a really good player for us.
Linebacking group as a whole?
Very excited about it. We know we needed to fill some voids there. We graduate 4 at the end of the fall 21 season, and so one of the things we wanted to do was get longer, and we were able to do that. We had in those first 3 guys we had talked about, we've got 3 guys that are over 6'3", and so that really going to give us some length at that position and give us a chance to be longer long term, and I think create more of an issue for opposing defenses.
All right, let's move on to the defensive backs that we have coming in here. It's National Signing Day 2021. Transfer from Eastern Illinois University, Jesse Johnson.
Yeah, Jesse's a kid we recruited the heck out of in high school, and he ended up going to Eastern Illinois on a full scholarship and had a really good fall semester. What a great fit! So we were lucky enough to be able to get him here and make him a part of things. He projects as a corner, safety, kind of you name it, and we think he's got a chance to be a really good player.
Seems like you're bringing in a lot of kids from some high schools with some great traditions, like Massillon Jackson, DJ Harris coming in.
Yeah, DJ was an interesting one for us. Hasn't played a lot of corner, and it's funny, you watch a senior film and stands out as a receiver, stands out as a corner. We just think, next level, he's got a chance to be a lockdown guy. Has the hip fluidity, has the transition skills, has the ball skills, and then I think has the mindset really to be able to be a weapon for us at the corner spot, that boundary corner for a long time.
That's a huge asset if you can have a weapon as a corner.
If you can play 10 on 10 rather than 11 on 11, I'm taking that any day.
Absolutely. All right, from Northmont High School, Chucky Lewis.
Yeah, Chucky's awesome. Comes from a military family. Mom and dad are great people. Really enjoyed his recruitment. He's got a great personality. The thing that I love about Chucky is his junior film to his senior film. He made so many strides, and it's from his work. And he loves football. He attacks it. He tries to be great in everything that he does. And I think what you're going to see from Chucky is what he is now, right? In 4 years from now, he's going to be a different animal. He's got a chance to be a dynamic guy for us in so many different spots.
I like that.
We're excited to have him.
From North Central in Indiana, Deshaun Hunter.
Yeah, another Indianapolis kid, and the thing we like about Deshaun, he's great as a return man. He's great as a boundary or field corner. Has a little bit of that corner that you need in him, right, where he's got an immense amount of confidence. Yeah. And he likes to lock down the number one receiver of the guys that he's playing against, and we see him doing that here.
Likes to accept that challenge.
He does.
Excellent. From Colerain High School, Sean Williamson.
Yeah, so home and Coach Dukes, our defensive backs coach,
sir.
Right? Colerain and Coach Dukes is good friends of their family, and Sean is a guy that we were on for a long time since his junior year, and had a really dynamic career at Colerain, and we see him continuing on while he's here.
Excellent. From Purcell Marion High School, it's Urban Hodrick Jr.
My dad's alma mater.
Excellent.
Marion. Yeah.
Excellent.
Yeah. So back home to the roots, and no, Irv's got a chance as a free safety, more of a cover guy in the back end. Has great range, and really will be able to make everybody else look good by covering up some of those errors.
Excellent. From Copley High School, Daryl Pringle.
Yeah, we see him as a corner. We like his length. Came here and worked out. Had good change of direction. Had good ball skills. Only about 5'10", but has really long arms. And for us, that projects well. A lot of times, it's not about height as much as it is about reach and the ability to really make plays on balls. The longer your arms are, right, the better opportunities you're going to have to be able to play the ball in contested situations.
One more defensive back from Sydney, Camden Vordemeyer.
Yeah, Cam's a great student, 4.0 kid in high school, really loves football, sees himself playing at the highest of possible levels, and wanted to come here at TU and will be a great asset for us on and off the field.
Defensive backs, couple words about them?
Yeah, I think the big thing was we recruit corners. We're really looking for corners, and then you become something else.
Certainly,
and you look at the first four guys we talked about; they're all corners. They might end up being a free safety or a strong safety, but if we line them up at corner today, they're going to be able to do that. And so I think what that does is it gives you coverage skills in the back end. You can never have enough coverage in the back end. You can never have enough length and pass rush skills in the front end.
Exactly.
And we're able to really kind of harp on some of those things in this class.
Well, we got a couple specialists to talk about as well. First one's a young man from the state of Georgia, Warner Robins, a long snapper, Ryan Young.
Yeah, so Ryan comes up from us from Warner Robins. Coach Spencer, our special teams coordinator, did a great job going down and getting him, came up and worked out, and he was lights out. So really seeing him bring stability to that position for a long time, and super excited to have him part of the program.
How much less stressful is it for you to have a long snapper?
I told him, I need you to commit, man, so I'll never miss a night, never miss a night of sleep again.
And coaches don't like to worry about
No, I don't want to worry about that. The long snapper is one of those positions where nobody ever worries about it till you don't have one.
Exactly.
And we had Logan C. for the last 4 years here at Tiffin, and we're hopeful that he's the next one.
Excellent. A couple kickers now from Perrysburg High School, Jackson Hudson.
Yeah, so Jackson, again, came and worked out and did a tremendous job. He's got a big leg. He's really an accurate kicker from inside the 40, but he's got a chance to hit from 55, 50 pretty consistently, and so will be a good guy in the kickoff, be a good guy in our PAT field goal unit, we're very excited to get him into the program and get him to work.
And one more student athlete, another kicker, from Niles McKinley. It's Chase Sudzina.
Yeah, Chase is very accurate. Not as big a leg as Jax, but really, really consistent, efficient with his stroke, efficient with his finish. You're going to see him be incredibly consistent from that 40 and in, which in my mind is worth its weight in gold.
Absolutely. Well, Coach, we went through every one of these student athletes on your list this year. Talk a little bit about the group as a whole.
Yeah, no, with 46 of them, we're very pleased. We're very pleased. I think you never really want to evaluate a recruiting class at the moment. I think you evaluate it in 4 years.
Right.
And I really believe that in our system, in our program, in our weight room, with our coaches, with how we do things, I think you're going to see these guys and this talent will come through and really be able to elevate Tiffin football for a long time. And I think when you pair it with that 2020 class that at least the year in has been a really, really good class, I think you've got a chance to have a dynamic football program for a long time. And so we're very excited about that.
Hopefully they can bring a few more of these.
We'd like to have a few of those. Yeah, we'd like to have a few of those and more. So that's the goal.
There's always big dates in the football season, opening your season, the day the kids can report to fall practice, National Signing Day. It's all big news and it's all big football holidays, isn't it?
No doubt. No, it's special. It's like I tell the kids when they commit, enjoy today, right? This is, you and your families, it's a culmination of blood, sweat, tears academically, right? The sacrifices you made, mom and dad driving you to football practice in the morning, and then your ability to persevere and show grit. And so you show that you enjoy this day. It's the end of that high school journey. And then the cool thing is you wake up tomorrow and now that next journey starts.
Yep.
And now it's about being your best every single day, mentally, physically, spiritually, emotionally, to be able to walk into the program when you get here to make an impact. And to be able to elevate everyone else around you. And so it's really cool for them that they get to enjoy today. And then tomorrow it's, hey, I'm on to the next journey. And we get a chance to be a dragon. Yeah, and I'm a dragon. And we get to be a part of that journey, which we're excited about.
Well, I look forward to being a part of it as well. Getting to call you young student athletes football games over the next few years, bringing home more of these championships. And we hope everybody that's watching this, all of our student athletes, their families, their friends, are staying safe with this craziness that we're going on through right now. We'll get through it. We'll get back to some normal football, because I tell you what, I crave normal football as much as I crave anything, Coach.
Me too. Me too.
Thank you for your time.
Thank you.
Thank you to all you student athletes that names were on this list for coming to put on this helmet and help us compete to win more of these. We really look forward to you being here on campus. This has been our look at the 2021 Tiffin University National Signing Day football recruiting class. I'm Russ Snyder. He's head coach Cris Reisert. We'll see you on the football field.
Go Dragons.
Go Dragons.